Hi, I'm Roxanne. I'm with EnviroStar Ingredients, and I thought we'd talk a little bit about the actual science about what's happening here with our ingredients. We were talking about what the difference is between a regular tincture and what makes a water-soluble tincture. And an oil tincture is just oil mixed with MCT, so your CBD is mixed down. And when you put your CBD tincture into a liquid drink, like if you do add it to your water or your coffee, all that oil just sits right on top. And your body does not absorb oil as well as it does water. And for creating our water soluble, we use our ingredients, our part A, and this is our part B and CBD mixed together in its oil phase. We then mix part B and the active and sonicate it into part A to create our water-soluble liquid version. And this liquid version can also be spray dried. Our base is a polymer base. What helps our polymers create a water-soluble version is when it starts getting sonicated, that polymer wraps around the oil molecules, and then once it gets sonicated, it wraps around and encapsulates that oil molecule. And then once it's spray dried, all the water is evaporated off, and all you're left with is that polymer that is surrounding the oil molecule and protecting it. When you put that powder back into water, the polymer stays around the oil, and the oil never actually touches the water. It's just the polymer. With our ingredients, you will never have an oil line at the top. This can sit here for 3 years and you will never have an oil line at the top. That encapsulation is 100% unbreakable, I guess. And since the polymer is protecting the oil, and that polymer is going to be absorbed into your body a lot easier than just oil by itself. And these are food grade polymers. They're used in a variety of other means as well. The crystal light packets that you would then add to beverages, flavorings. A lot of flavorings are active oil ingredients that have to be encapsulated. And this is just our version of ingredients that can help extractors create a water-soluble line of any kind of cannabinoid, whether it's CBD, CBG, CBN, terpenes, and also THC extractors as well. This helps create an ingredient that, especially for, let's say, gummies, it really it raises the melting temperature of the gummy so that they stay firmer. If they're left in the car, let's say, that temperature jumps a lot higher with a water soluble active instead of just the oil active. Now this liquid emulsion can also be spray dried. That would be the second step to create it into the powder, shelf-stable powder form. But if you're going to be making, let's say, a beverage or a CBD water that's going to stay in a bottle or stay in a can and be put in a cooler, you would want to use the liquid version because it's cheaper. We don't have to spray dry it then. When the emulsion's made, this emulsion is just as good as the powder. The only problem is the powder is great for storing. If it's something you can order, it is something you can order in bulk then and have it on hand for whenever you need it, because it has a shelf life of 2 years. But if you're going to be immediately putting it in a liquid, the liquid's better because then you're not going to be fighting the mixing of the powder into your liquid. And that's also for retail as well. If it's going to be in a beverage, I mean, a beverage's shelf life is really only about 6 months, but something that's powdered, like let's say a crystal light packet or a little sachet of water-soluble CBD powder that's flavored, you're going to be able to put that, a customer's going to be able to purchase that and put it in their cabinet and still know that 2 years later it's still going to function exactly the same as the day they bought it. Upside, liquid is much cheaper because we don't have to put it through the spray dryer. It's a whole nother mechanical process for us. And the upside to powder is it's going to last you for a very, very long time.